So, what are you doing? You probably clicked on this video because you either have a Nintendo Switch or are thinking about getting one, but you don't know if you should get one or not. So, this is where I come in, the YouTuber that has no good opinion and you're trying to get answers from. So, without ado, this is the review of the Nintendo Switch. Now, with the Nintendo Switch being released in 2017, it makes it about 6 years old now, which is pretty old, but the hardware revisions have helped it a little bit as it's gone on. There are multiple versions that have been released, which are the launch model in 2017. There's also the Nintendo Switch Lite in 2019. In 2020, we also had a second model Nintendo Switch, which was just the regular Nintendo Switch with a better screen and battery life, which is the one that this is right here. And there was also the Nintendo Switch OLED, which is the newest model. All various different price ranges, except for the Nintendo Switch Model 2 and the Nintendo Switch launch model were both $299. And the Nintendo Switch Lite being a smooth, cheap, and I actually wouldn't say cheap, $199. But the OLED is not that much more than the Nintendo Switch regular, but it's $350, which is still a pretty good gap for just an OLED screen and a screen that's an inch and a half bigger. Now, should you get the Nintendo Switch or any of the other models? Who knows? Maybe you're the type of player that just likes to play portably all day, every day. Or maybe you like to be on the TV and just kick back, relax, and have the controller grip with the Joy-Cons in your hands. Maybe you like to play in tabletop mode against a buddy or your sibling. Who knows? Honestly, there's different ways to play for different types of people. Me personally, I like to play mostly in portable mode. And rarely I'll go over to the TV, hook up my Switch, and play. Which is why I also have the Switch Lite here to play portably. So, the question is, should you get a Nintendo Switch? And if you should, for what reasons should you get it? And if not, what reasons should you not? So, let's get on to the pros of this system. So, the pros for this system is in fact that basically it's amazing. Literally, this system is called a Switch because it's able to switch from a portable system to a home console. You could easily be playing Skyrim or Mario or Pokemon on this. You could easily be playing, just slide it into the dock once you get home, take off the Joy-Cons or hook up your Pro Controller and just keep on playing Pokemon on the big screen, or even Zelda, Skyrim, Mario Odyssey, or any other type of game like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That's a really good hit now, and a lot of people seem to like that game for the Switch, and many more. Something that I don't recommend is probably 1-2 Switch unless you have lots of people who like that game, but just don't get it. But there's lots of games that are really good for the system, like all the Pokemon games. On top of that, Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Odyssey. There's also Mario Party. Only get the Superstar one though. The regular one is terrible. Also Luigi's Mansion, Mario Maker 2. There's also Super Crush KO. A lot of people don't really know that game, but it's really good. Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing is actually a good choice. Don't forget about that one. But there's many different ways that you could play this system like this. There is the regular portable mode where you can easily go anywhere you want and play portably. There's even in tabletop mode if you prefer to do that. Play against someone else with these two Joy-Cons. Who knows? Play with the Joy-Con grip or even just play with someone else. Play Smash Bros. Or any other game. Then finally, there's on the big screen, on the TV. You can put your Switch into the dock and easily play on the TV. There's multiple games you can also play. There's Little Nightmares, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, Mario Odyssey, and all the other games I mentioned. It's so neat. It's such a neat little system. You play portably, tabletop with a friend, or by yourself, and even just like this. Imagine being able to just play on the go inside of a car during a long car ride, and easily, with an ease, just to be able to walk into your room, slip it into the dock, and just play it on the big screen like so and continue your game. It was truly amazing for the time and still is now for the system. So now I can see how good the Switch really is for all the different ways you could play it and also enjoy it. It's a really good thing to have. But also there's some other stuff that you may want to think about. Like the Nintendo Switch, some of the games on it are not really the best quality. Even some like Breath of the Wild is not that good quality. Some of the newest Pokemon games have terrible graphics, like Pokemon Sword, Scarlet, and Violet. Those really are messed up. Scarlet and Violet lag a lot, while Sword has terrible designs for the trees and makes it look like it's all pixelated and papered. It makes it look odd. Some games, however, look amazing, like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and also stuff like Luigi's Mansion. That looks really good, and Animal Crossing. There's so many good options and bad options for games that you can play. It just depends on what type of person you are and what type of games you like. Honestly, I love the Nintendo Switch for a lot of reasons. I've had it for about a year now, and I used to have a blue Switch Lite. Y'all may see some old videos about it on here, but I used to have it until I got the Nintendo Switch. I then sold my Switch Lite, and I was finally able to get another one back. So now I have both models, the Switch Lite and the regular Switch. So I can pretty much dictate on which one's better and which one's worse. But if you are a type of person who really loves portability mode and only uses portability mode and have like a TV from the 1990s or no TV, or you only use your PS4 on the TV for YouTube or play video games on and you just want a portable system, get this instead. Don't waste $100 extra bucks for the Nintendo Switch. If you need extra Joy-Cons, maybe later on save up and get some extra Joy-Cons for you and another friend to play. Or get 2 other controllers that you can Bluetooth connect to this. Also, you can connect Bluetooth headphones to this, so you can be able to easily be able to listen to videos or also your games without having to worry about a wire in your pocket getting all scrambled up and you're trying to play Wordle on your phone just to unscramble the cord. Made no sense, but it did to some people. But it's really good, honestly. But for some people, the Switch is just that much more worth it to save up the extra $100. Like, for some of the reasons, people just love the way that they could just easily slip it into the dock and play it on the TV. Think about it. Think, this ain't the Switch, it's a Switch Lite, but just think you're on a long car ride. You're playing Pokemon. You just now beat the last gym, and you're about to beat the Elite Four, and you have to hurry up and go back in your room. You don't want nothing to be interrupted, so you easily just slip it into the dock, grab your Pro Controller, or take off the Joy-Cons, and just go ahead and play. That's what I do. That's all I do with the Switch. I would play it in portable mode, and as soon as I got home, if I really wanted to, I'd hook it up to the TV. Now, with both of these Switches, I can keep the Switch regular on the dock as my secondary console, and have the Switch Lite as my primary console, and take it everywhere. That's another thing you need to know. Is I'm going to make another video on it, but having multiple Switches, it's pretty dumb, honestly. For some people, it's amazing and awesome, but for some, it's going to be a huge pain in the butt to use. But I'll make a whole nother video on that. The Nintendo Switch is really good from being released in 2017, only releasing with 7 games, 2 of them being Zelda Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. But now there's so many good games. I'll just name a few so y'all can know which ones to get. In my opinion, some that I think you should get is any of the Pokemon games. Any of the Pokemon games, Animal Crossing, Mario Maker 2, if you really love playing Mario games that much. Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are games that you can't really go wrong with, even though I would mostly recommend Tears of the Kingdom since that's out now. And also, I recommend really much, I think, some of the other knockoff games. Stardew Valley, that's a good one. And if you are going to get Animal Crossing, get the Happy Home Paradise expansion pack for $25. Even though it is a little bit of money, I've heard from a lot of people it's worth it. I'm thinking about getting it in the future. But another game that you should get is one of the Little Nightmares games. There's 2 of them. Really good games. You need to get those. But with all of that out of the way, I think, honestly, it's a really good thing for this to exist. Because before then, you would have to have different games for different consoles. If you wanted a portable system and a home system, you'd have to have 2 different systems you'd have to keep up with, and also different games. Like, say, for instance, the PS3 and the PSP. You had to have different games to play on those different consoles, and you couldn't just easily slip in the same game as the home console into the portable. Same thing with the Vita. That's just exactly what the Switch Lite is. Basically, the Switch Lite is just a Nintendo's version of a PS Vita, but, you know, it's Nintendo, so they'll actually support it. That's a funny joke. Don't get mad at me, Sony fans, but basically, I think it's just a really good thing to be able to easily just take any game right here, slip it into a portable, play it, and then if you really want to, keep it into the same system, put it in its dock, and just have a home console right there. So you're not left alone with only having a portable system or a home system. That's how it was for a while with the 3DS and the Wii. If you only had a Wii, you only had a home console. If you only had the 3DS, you only had a portable. Now with this, you can have a home and a portable console, which is honestly so awesome for something like this to exist. And honestly, for $300, that's a steal, especially if you're getting the Switch Lite for $200. That's amazing. Even though that's only a portable, it's still a pretty good deal. You can still play all of the games, except for some may need extra Joy-Cons, like 1-2-Switch, Mario Party, Just Dance, which I don't know if you would want to play Just Dance on the Switch Lite. I did. Looking back on it, I regret it. We don't talk about that anymore. But still, it's really good, and I love the system. But I think you should get it, honestly. If you really want a Nintendo Switch, and you love home consoles, and you love the idea of being able to take the same game from a portable system and play it on the TV, then get the Switch. It's worth it. But if you don't really like playing on the TV and you just want a portable system, and you also want a game and all you have is $300, get the Switch Lite. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comments, and that's my review on the Nintendo Switch. Let me know if you think that it is dumb to have 2 Switches, because I think it is, because it's terrible to use. But, yeah, let me know which one you like more, the Switch or the Switch Lite, or even the OLED. I don't really count that. It's a regular Nintendo Switch with barely any upgrades. So, do you like the regular Switch or the Switch Lite more? Let me know in the comments. But, my name's Hunter, and I'm out, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
This is completely you. I am